Hello, this is Robin Deschamps. How's everyone doing out there? I thought about coming on now to talk about parking. Parking is not economical anymore, no matter where you go. Because parking, you have to save up money now, because parking is the vacation. And I mean that literally. I can tell you 20 years ago, I know most of you probably saying 20 years ago, that's a long time ago. No, no, but the cost of living, the way cost of living is now, is still not up to par. Parking is atrocious. I can remember back 20 years ago that I had options. I could either take the metro, even the cab was 25, $50 one way if you drive, if you have to go 25 miles or more to go to uh, the airport. And I can remember me having the option of even taking the train and parking in their lots for 3 weeks, and I knew how much I had to pay or how long I should be if I didn't want to pay. Of course, in a lot of lots, they were like $5 back in those days, $7. In fact, in the Ontario airport, I'm talking about Ontario, California, I had the option of taking the Metro bus and not pay the parking fee. But then there was a lot there because the Ontario airport is actually a satellite of the LA airport, and you can park there off lot for $5 per day. Then it went up to $6, then $7. And then if you parked across the street from the Ontario airport, I mean literally across the street in the Ontario parking lot, it was just a few dollars more, $7 or $8. And I parked there weeks. So I know that most of my money would be under $100 when I get back. I could either pay cash or credit card. A lot of times I pay cash. Now, even if you take a cruise, most of the ships, ports, uh, is a pretty a nominal fee, but you already know that. But their lots are just as expensive. Well, on this last trip, I paid around $190 for just about 5 days. Okay, I parked Sunday night late and come back on a Friday. So, cause give or take 5 or 6 days, cost me $190 something. That was 10% off with AAA. I probably could have saved more than that if I knew that I could scan the code before I left and join the parking club. But just a couple of years ago, I paid barely over $100 at Economy Lot E at LAX, which was the new lot, which took over for Lot C, which was the most common lot that most people in LA parked at. So when they got rid of parking lot C, we started parking in parking lot E. And I parked there for 2 trips. But this time they had parking lot E blocked off for some reason, and I had to go to the parking spot. So when I got back, I think my average cost was like 20 something dollars per day. Now, mind you, I've even parked on the lot of Greyhound bus in Los Angeles downtown. It was kind of expensive, but it wasn't that expensive. I still think I paid maybe just under $100 for 2 weeks. And I went all the way to New York and back. and the parking lot was on top of the roof. If some of you know, if you lived in LA at the time and you took the Greyhound bus, which is on like 7th Street or something like that, back in the day before they moved it to its present location, of which I haven't taken the bus since. Well, I've taken the Metro bus. This was before they even had the trains. Now things might get better, but sometimes you feel more comfortable when you drive your car to the lot. And it was very convenient. And it was modest cost, low cost or modest cost. So now, yes, so now if you take a 3-day trip and you're paying from $16 to $28 a day, that's way more than anyone could pay these days. You better make sure you got enough on your credit card. Now, I know that there are people out there who think the same way, but now we're going to have to start thinking of new ways of getting to places that we have to park our car in order to fly, drive, or cruise. We're going to have to save up our dollars and cents just to park the car, or empty your credit card of a couple of $100 just to park. Because as I looked on the internet for the first time, now I've never made reservations to park, not ever. Maybe a lot of people have, but I've never have. And I go on the internet the other day to look up this parking situation just to have this talk. And I find that there are many rates. You can park at the hotels near the airport. A couple of hotels' rates are much cheaper, way cheaper, maybe $16. Now, I wrote down some of the rates per day. I even went online for my next vacation that I don't know that I got yet for November for the 6 days. And this is what I got. Quick Park. This is near the Los Angeles airport. Quick Park, $21.95 a day. Airport Spectrum parking, $16.77 per day. The Marriott LAX parking was $16 a day, and the Fox Auto Parks is $15 a day. Joe's Airport parking is $21.95, and the LAX lot $12. That's lot E, because it said lot C it's supposed to be $12. So actually, the last couple of times I was playing from $10 to $12, and that's lot E. But lot E wasn't working on the day for this last trip of mine, so I had to park at the parking spot. So I lost $100, $100. Now they got the indoor garage at the airport, which is $40 per day. So you can pay up a lot of money. Now the World Cruise at the like Long Beach and San Pedro, if you're gonna take a cruise on that lot, that is right now is $18 per day. Okay, so what does that tell you? That's a vacation right there. I mean, in some places it's like Motel 6, because some hotels you still can get pretty cheap. Well, they're probably $30 or $40, but at least you know if you park at LAX airport, it's $40 per day. So you can stay at a nice motel on certain nights still for $35 to $40, depending on what season it is. So definitely, your vacation starts with saving up or figuring out how much money it's going to take you to park. Because definitely, if you're going to park more than 7 days, and they're building this new metro system that's going from San Bernardino County. I'm talking about in California here. This is Robin Deschamps, YouTuber, blogging about parking rates, disgruntled somewhat, because I know that a lot of you out there is going to have to save up your money. Okay, we're not talking being silly about this because this is a real deal here, okay? This is real deal. You have to save up your money just to park. Now, I've taken 2 weeks vacation, but I've done it by train. No, I take that back. 3 to 4 weeks vacation that I've taken by train. But I think on that one, I actually uh, took the metro bus to the Amtrak train station. But if I got in late at night, I will definitely have to take a cab. And the super shuttles have just went out of business because I have taken the super shuttle at home after taking a very cheap metro route during the day, catching my flight going. So coming back, I got back late at night and I paid $50, my last $50 with tips to go 25 miles away from LAX. And that was like 20 something years ago. So I still think the race was in, but now they're out of business. Okay. There are certain other shuttles I heard, the flyaway and stuff like that, but you have to take it, I think, from Baldwin Park or the El Monte bus station. And I think they only have one stop. But I mean, what you're going to do if you come back late at night and there is no transportation? One thing for sure, the convenience is gone where you can drive your car unless you're going to pay $199 for 7 days. Usually my vacations are at least 7 to 9 days, and right now I take the whole week. This last one was 5 to 6 days. That was enough time. I could have stayed longer, but that was enough time right there, you know. So all you out there, this is Robin Deschamps. It took me a long time to put my mind together just to explain all this. And I hope whoever sees this site, subscribers, viewers, new subscribers, new viewers, that you really consider how are you going to get to take your vacations? How are you going to get to LAX? Any airport? How are you going to get to the cruise ships? How are you going to get to the bus stations? How are you going to get to the train stations? You're going to have to save your money, 200 or more dollars. And if you go on longer trips, and this is my suggestion, which I'm probably going to have to use my suggestion while I'm giving the suggestion. I'm just going to make sure, I'm going to have to make sure that I have all my things together, packed just right, and get on the metro just like in the old days, or pay the cab fare Because to me, if you pay the cab fare going from A to B, that's going to be probably a little bit better than parking in a lot that's going to charge you the same amount of money. Oh, one caveat for sure, buyer beware. But in this case, the beware part was right on the money because it turned out okay. When I went to Niagara Falls back in 2012, okay, from the airport to Niagara Falls. Now I'm talking about on the Canadian side. There was a special transport that you can take. They charge way a lot of money, like hundreds for two people. I rented a car for the amount of time that I was going to be there in Niagara Falls, and I parked it in the valet lot per day. We was only gone like 3 or 4 days, but still, it would cost us hundreds of dollars. It cost me practically less or just about the same amount of money, actually less, by me renting a car, driving it to the Marriott on the Canadian side, valet parked it. I didn't have to go anywhere. I just left it parked in the garage there at the Marriott. And then it was time to take the car back. I drove the car back. I saved a lot of money that way. Well, anyway, this is Robert Deschamps. I hope you enjoyed this informational travel blog, because that's what I am, a travel blogger. Local travels up and down California, Nevada, Utah, Montana, South Dakota, dipped into Mexico. Haven't been to Cancun yet. My favorite place. Well, we won't get to that right now. Well, anyway, this is Robert Deschamps, and I'll talk to you later in the next video. See you later, folks. Have a great